Welcome back to Life's a Pitch. Live music from Michael Payne still to come. Plus, we'll be bringing you tomorrow's news tonight. But now it's time to introduce my special star guest, comedian and Arsenal fan, Alan Davis. Hello, Yes, welcome.
Thank you very much.
I saw you were escorted onto set by one of our men wearing the Arsenal kit.
Wearing the Arsenal away kit, yeah.
Make you feel at home. Your love of Arsenal, then, explain this to us, because you'll need a sense of humour right now to support Arsenal, without being too mean about it.
Well, I've been a fan since I was a boy, since I was 5. I got given the shirt.
And that was it?
I got taken along by my father, actually, who is a Spurs fan, but he took me along to Highbury and I got hooked. I just started going. Then I went, when I was 12 or 13, that was me. Liam Brady was my hero.
Yeah,
and I've been going ever since.
Fine Irish player, wonderful midfielder.
Yeah,
have we got that picture of Alan looking resplendent in an Arsenal kit?
Oh, God.
I think this is you playing. You must be playing in some charity match or an Arsenal testimonial. Did you
I played at half time. Oh, yeah, look at me. Look at the style, the grace.
Poise.
The elegance.
Look at that.
God.
But even then, you were better than Javinha.
Yeah. That was it. We played at half. Martin Keown had a testimonial game. And I think it was in 04. And at half-time, a sort of mixture of celebrities and ex-pros went on. And I played in the back four with Andy Linnigan. And he actually got me to move forward and hold the line.
Did you?
I wanted to put my arm up for offside. And, Paul Davis part. And I went in for a tackle with Anders Limpar, and he left his foot in and got his stud on the top of my foot. And 2 days later, I couldn't get my shoe on.
That's fine.
It was deliberate, Des.
He done me.
I got done by Limpar.
Actually, that is pretty cheating. But when you play in those charity games, and I have been lucky enough to play in a couple, you don't really get a touch, because you realise how good these players are. I remember playing with O'Leary and Lawrenson in the back four, and I may as well just have been a corner flag.
I played in one, and I played sort of up front against Gary Mabbott, and I didn't get a touch.
No.
I had no touches at all. And if the ball came towards me, I thought, oh, here it comes, this is me. And he would just appear and go off with it.
But maybe it's the press, maybe people are kind to you apart from Anders Limpar, but there's always quite a lot of niggle. I remember Robbie Savage announcing I had to bring my shin pads, and he did proceed to try and take me out through an entire game, because it does have an edge to it. Which leads us nicely on to your prospective new signing, Luis Suarez. Is this good news, or are you slightly uncomfortable about it? I sense that Arsenal fans are reaching a stage where it's so desperate.
Well, it's good news if he doesn't get banned for 10 games every year. That would be good. If he played every week for Arsenal, that would be great. But it doesn't sound like they want to sell him to Arsenal. They keep saying they won't sell to Arsenal. I don't know what's wrong with Arsenal.
Well, you're a Premier League rival. Liverpool want to overtake you, so giving you the best player...
What they need to do is to take the money and go away and concentrate on improving their team, because they're not going to be in the top 4 this year, and they're going to keep him for a year, and then he'll be worth less next year. So they just take the money and get the deal done, get the unhappy player out of the club, and spend the money wisely.
But Arsenal have been in this situation.
When
you see Van Persie, it's terrible for your club to see your star
player. It really
player
hurts when other clubs come and target your top players and you realise that you're powerless to stop them. It hurts, and it's going to hurt Liverpool fans because they were at the top for so long. But they're not at the top at the moment, and they should just take the money.
Really? But what can they spend it on? What can you spend it on?
Well, they better take it quickly, because there's not much window left.
And so when you look at the top strikers, are just at such a premium. You look at Cavani and 50+ million. And there's very little out there.
A lot of those deals, though, a lot of it's distorted, isn't it, by all that money that's been brought into French football, and a lot of those fees are distorted. I think the fee to look at is Neymar to Barcelona. He's 21 years old. He's brilliant, and he was 48 million.
That was the
So I think, if they get close to 45 for Suarez, they've doubled their money in 2 years.
Yes.
And then they've got this disgruntled player at the club, and they can spend it wisely.
And it looks like they're a selling club, though. It diminishes them.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily. I mean, Arsenal have had this. You need to just regroup and come again. We get more players and improve yourself. But there's no point in thinking that you're going to be in the top 4 this year. You're not, and he is going to be angry all year.
You've been regrouping for 8 years.
We're back now. We are back now. And the truth of it is, we want anyone who's worth 45 million. Anyone. We'll take anyone who's in that bracket, because we've been shopping at Poundland for the last few years. You buy cheap,
you haven't bought him yet.
You buy cheap, you buy twice.
But you wouldn't go shopping with Arsene Wenger, would you? Because he wouldn't buy anything. He'd just press his face against the glass, look at the lovely things in the shop, and go home.
Imagine him going, I just feel like he can't quite believe the price of anything.
That's right.
Someone said to me, it'd be like shopping with your granddad. How much? For a cup of coffee? trophy? £4?
But it's frustrating, is it, for Arsenal fans to be in that position in the football market, because you know the club has got stacks of cash hidden under the mattress somewhere.
It just keep happening. Jovetic to Arsenal.
Fabulous player.
Heard it all the time. Suddenly he's at City. Not for a massive fee.
No.
Higuain. Napoli came in, bit flush with the Cavani money.
That
and
was
suddenly,
strange. Everyone thought that deal was done for Arsenal, and then it went at the end.
I was on YouTube every night looking at his goals compilation. The bloke was brilliant.
And look what happened. He went somewhere else. Is that because of the wage ceiling at Arsenal, or is it because they're just careful?
Well, I don't know. They keep saying
they're not being careful at the moment, though, are they?
No, they want him, and they're going to give him loads of money. And hopefully, we had this before with Liverpool. They wouldn't sell Robbie Fowler to Arsenal. Arsene Wenger loved Robbie Fowler. He was a great player, but they came to a point where he was going to leave Liverpool, and they wouldn't sell him to Arsenal. I don't know what Arsenal have done in the past to Liverpool, apart from beat them sometimes. And then they sold him to Leeds.
It's like Manchester United and Liverpool. They're all fighting for that top 4 place. There's probably 6 clubs that can make it.
They think they are, but they're not at the moment.
No.
And it's not doing them any favours the way they're conducting it.
The Arsenal clock, does that annoy you?
Well, where they put it...
The one...
It would annoy me if I was sitting under it.
No, the one that's counting since your last trophy.
Oh, I know, the
it's
trophy thing.
Online.
I get it, can you imagine every waking moment saying, I want a trophy, I want a trophy. And I keep, we've blown a couple of finals and we blew a league and we need something just to get that monkey off our backs.
Let's move on to QI, because it's a phenomenon, actually, isn't it, the show itself? It's Stephen Fry is too, to have a polymath chair, nothing like that here, of course, but it looks great. Fun to film, and you're a great double act, you and Stephen. You are.
Well, it's very kind of you to say. Yeah, it's good fun. It's really good fun, and we got a new series starting in September.
There you are.
Yeah, hopefully we'll go. We do a different letter of the alphabet each time, and we're up to K.
Okay,
so this is our way of keeping pressure on the broadcaster, so that we stay there till we get to Z.
Well, there's a few years left. I liked it when you turned the tables on Stephen to try and test him on sport and see what his knowledge was like in that particular field.
OK, Stephen.
Oh, yes. Oh, hello.
I've been waiting for this opportunity.
Oh, Christ.
A question just for Stephen.
Yes.
Who plays in goal for Aston Villa?
Well, I do know you've got a Swede called Thomas Sorensen who plays in goal, but has he been taken over by Stefan Hoster?
Postma.
Postma, yeah. Which is your number one?
Thomas Sorensen's the number one.
Sorensen.
It's actually Danish, but I'll give you that.
Yes, you played against England.
Yes. This isn't going to work. OK.
Thank you to the BBC for lending us that, because he is a phenomenon.
He's a big canary, Stephen, you know.
Of course, yes. He
told me a story about when Paul Lambert was manager at Norwich, and Stephen's on the board at Norwich, and Lambert would come in and he'd talk about what was required on the playing staff. And Stephen couldn't understand a word of what he said because his Scottish accent is so strong. So he actually asked him to repeat it all in German.
Of course, Paul Lambert played in Germany.
Because he speaks fluent German, yeah.
Let's give you a test then. We call this one BTS QI.
OK.
They're pretty highbrow questions, so let's see how you get on. And you can join in from the back if you like. Let's speed through these. Name the only team out of the 92 league clubs in England whose full name doesn't have any letters in common with the word mackerel. And stunned silence.
But I don't think we've got long enough.
No, yeah, it's Swindon Town.
Is it really?
One for home. Name 3 teams from the 92 whose full name starts and ends with the same letter. Oh, that's a kind of QI one. You've mentioned one of them already.
Kilmarnock's the only one I ever think of. Oh, Liverpool. Oh, bless them.
Northampton Town and York City. Which of the 92 league... I like this one, actually. This is more like a QI question. Which of the 92 league teams' grounds is the highest above sea level?
I don't know.
West Bromwich Albion.
Is it really?
550
The top of that peak.
Top of the peak.
In the Black Country.
And which one is the lowest?
Millwall.
2 feet. No.
Well, that would get a laugh. I just thought it would get a laugh. They play so underground, don't they?
2 feet. Grimsby, Blundell Park is only 2 feet above sea level. So if you don't like Grimsby, you can run your 4x4 for a while and it'll disappear under the tide of global warming. No
offence, Grimsby. Lovely people, lovely fish.
Jonathan Creek, what about that? Jonathan Creek, is that still going?
It's still going. We're making more episodes in September, October. So I'll be struggling to get to some games, but I will try.
And your new tour, of course, is which begins in November. Is that right?
Yes, I've been touring with a show called Life is Pain, and it's been going well. I've been enjoying it. So we put more dates on in November.
Why is Life Pain?
Well, life's pain. It turns out, if you talk about it for long enough, it turns out it just is.
Don't refer to
It's
this.
nothing to do with being a season ticket holder at Arsenal. I've had a few people have said that to me.
But what is the theme of the show then?
Well, there's quite a lot of stuff about being a parent, about a lot of nostalgia about the 80s, and then a really funny section on sex toys. So there's something for everyone.
Yeah, we'll probably skip over the last bit. But you're off to the Ashes, of course, as well.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow. I'm excited about that.
Are you
Looking
excited?
forward to that, yeah.
Is it not sort
I'm
of...
slightly disappointed. I thought
Yeah.
Australia were going to win at Old Trafford. They deserve to win at Old Trafford. And then it would have mean it's all... Will they clinch it in Durham? And it was a bit of a damp squib, and rain won it for them in the end.
It was anticlimactic, wasn't it?
But no, I think it'll be a good match because the Australians are bouncing back and they've got a bit of confidence now. And
The cheat storm, there's a bit of edge to the...
tape on their back
Pardon
stuff.
the
I don't
pun.
know. If one does it, they must all do it, surely.
I was going to say he'd have to be the cleverest cheat in the world to be the first to do
The
it.
first one, the dressing room, they're all going to say, "Look at that tape of you, Kev." I mean, it's straight away.
I can't see it myself.
Why
It
is
sounds-
Snicko not part of the
Hotspot?
hotspot they have, but Snicko they're not allowed to
No,
have?
they're not allowed to have that. But it's different rules. India have got their own bits and pieces that they use and they don't use. It's just... It's a
India-
mess. It's going to be like that with goal line technology when that
It
comes.
should be on the umpire. He's the one who needs the reviews. He's the one who needs to go, "Was that out? I wasn't looking. I'm not sure. I've got something in my eye. Was that out or not out?" They should be able to do that. But in the end, it's because in the end the umpire was the only one on the ground who didn't know because it was the replays on the big screen. It's just exactly the same for the referee at the football.
Exactly, it happens all the time in the football as well. Alan's going to be back with us because to look at the back pages later on. But ladies and gentlemen, Alan Davis, everybody.